I'm on my own this afternoon. Nita's in, she's giving some piano lessons to our grandson. So I'm down in Magaluf, and it's actually somewhere I've never been before this bit. I've never actually been in front of this particular hotel, but I know it's one that people have actually spoken about. It's the BH Mallorca Hotel, and coach has just arrived to pick people up, drop people off, and hopefully they'll have a really good holiday. So I'm going to take a little walk around Magaluf. Been asked a couple of questions, so let's see if we can find the answers. So from the BH Mallorca Hotel, it's just a short walk into the village. I'm just going to walk out this way, and I'm going to walk down another road, which is one which we don't usually use. The reason I've come here though is there's a nice big car park, loads of space. So if you're coming to Magaluf in a car and you need somewhere to park, this is one of the places you can park. And I managed to find a little bit of a shade, which is always valuable when you're parking a car in Mallorca in the summer. Temperatures have really started to shoot up. It's 27 degrees in the shade on our terrace, and it feels it. And if the newspapers are right, the temperature is going to go even higher by the weekend. So today's the 17th of May 2022, and they reckon this weekend temperatures could go as high as the mid-30s in some parts of the island. If that's the case, we'll probably be stuck inside somewhere where the air conditioning's on. I just walked down to this pedestrianised road. I usually film it from the other end, but I've never actually videoed up and down here. A few bars, places, offices, rent-a-cars. Seems like insurance is popular down here. So I've been asked a couple of questions, and the first one actually stemmed from a chat we were having with our friends Barbara and Martin, who are regular visitors to the island. Obviously they've not been for the last couple of years, and they were wondering how things had changed over the last couple of years, and in particular they were asking about a rent-a-car company that they have used pretty much since they started coming to the island over 30 years ago. And well, we're going off to investigate. Whoops, I'm going to get run over. There's a few bars here, and a lot of these bars have been open during the lockdown, and they do great service for the locals. But others, like this one, have bitten the dust, closed, and there's a for sale sign, and you'll find that in quite a few other places. This is Maison Can San Miguel. That one's open. It's already going to get open later on, probably. This one not very open. AJ Brothers, or the Indian restaurant next door. Across the road on the corner we have the bank, Caixa Bank. This side. Getting ready for music. There's Morgan's. People already sitting outside. Really, really warm. You need to be in the shade. A place I've been asking about. I've been asked actually about the bar across the road. It was called the Captain's Arms. They've absolutely gutted the place, but it looks as though they're making good progress. All the windows look new. It's all been blocked out, so we can't really see inside, but got a new floor they ripped out as well. That's going to be interesting. But this next place is Autos Magalluf, and Martin and Barbara used to always come and hire their cars from here, from the Milburn family, but it's been closed up for as long as I can remember during the lockdown, and there's no sign of it actually opening. And just while I'm here, we've got BCM. Probably appeals more to the people who are at the BH hotel there, but that's all now come to life, and the BH hotel and puts on live music, and BCM, the entertainment centre, they've also got now Tito's. If you've watched any of my videos that go across the front in Palma, I point out quite often Tito's, and Tito's is now closed down, it's derelict, and it looks as though it's about to be pulled down. One of the other hotels that's mentioned a lot when people write to me, write their comments on the YouTube channel, is the Hotel Samos. That says they're coming there. It's been open a lot during lockdown, open now. Whoa, and a noisy bike. And there happens to be a 30km speed limit along this road, so I think he was doing 30 kilometers per hour. Across the road, got lots of bars and cafes, restaurants. I'm just going to walk down a little bit and then head down to the front to the sea and have a look what's going on down there. So Anita's not with me, not keeping an eye on what I'm saying. You guessed it.
I know. I was looking for the wife as well.
Well, she's at home giving our grandson a piano lesson.
I was just,
so I'm out on my own.
Drink and I just said, I bet he's about somewhere.
Fabulous, you love your vlog.
That's it.
Thank you, thank you. Bye. And that's what makes all of this worthwhile, that people enjoy what we do. And we enjoy it as well, so hopefully you can tell from the smiles on our faces when we're making these videos that we're enjoying ourselves, and that's what we do it for. We do it for fun and to make other people happy as well. So you can see across the road, I really noticed that shop, like so busy before. There's loads of stuff there, the wines and spirits and everything. One of the sad losses of the pandemic, really, it's not really a loss from the pandemic, but Sinkies is now closed. Tommy and Kathy, who've been running Sinkies Bar, a Scottish pub, for as long as I can remember, well, they're retired now, so everything eventually comes to an end. So a well-deserved retirement, and hopefully a long and enjoyable one too. It's got a nice little breeze there. That's going to make the video a bit noisy, I'm sure. But good luck to Tommy and Kathy, and move on to that next stage. Feels about time for me to join them as well. Well, I'm going to turn a left here. Not going to McDonald's, and just going to head down towards the beach and see what's going on down there. It's late afternoon, so I guess people are still on the beach and enjoying this wonderful warm weather. Before I came out, Philip Blackburn on the Calvia notice board did put up a warning for people walking up and down the Magaluf Strip, sort of off to my left now. There are some pickpockets or thieves, so just be careful. Just take real good care of your valuables. Preferably don't carry them around. So the street we're coming across now runs parallel to the front, and it's one we don't actually walk up and down very often, so maybe on another occasion we'll make a special effort to do that. It's more or less pedestrianised, but there's just this road in the middle that cars can drive up and down. And the question was, is the Daiquiri Palace open? And the Daiquiri Palace has been closed all through the lockdown. It's been actually a little bit run down. So we're just approaching the Daiquiri Palace. I'm going to have a look to see if it really is open. Oh, the flags are flying. And the good news is there are people sitting at the tables, there are people sitting at the bar, and the Daiquiri Palace is open right opposite. Veronica's just walking past. So the answer to the question is yes, it is open. So I wasn't quite sure because it's actually a few weeks since we've actually walked past here, and it's good to see that it's open and a little bit of work going on. It's not completely open. This bar isn't open, this part. It looks as though they're just getting everything ready. I'll just walk around a little bit more. So, flags are flying.
Welcome to Magaluf another time.
People enjoying the drinks on their terraces here. Just having a look out to the beach. You see all the sunbeds are out now. It's late afternoon, 5:45 now. A couple of nice yachts out there. I'm not sure which one's mine, I haven't picked it yet. That one's got a German flag. There's, right out in the distance there's a parachute, so there's somebody being towed. And somebody else being towed behind a speedboat coming along. Right, well, I could walk along there. I think last time we did a video, we were actually at the far end of Magaluf. So I think we may have gone almost to Tom Brown's. I bumped into the family that owned Tom Brown's at the Europe Day, and they were telling me how well Rachel's doing, their daughter, who I taught, and got a first. Wow, well done, Rachel. I'm going to walk this way and just have a look at what else is down here. I've got my hat on. Doctor says keep out of the sun, so I put my hat on. And we're just coming up to Follies again, one of the places that's been closed up for quite a while. And all the chairs are out, looking really smooth. One or two people already sitting there having a drink. I think they're aiming to get a little bit busier as the evening goes on. So this is a strange direction for me to be walking, actually. I always walk in the opposite direction. Everything changes. Just notice things in a different way. I mean, I don't think I've ever noticed this beach club here called Breeze. cool. And then the next place just to my left is the Wave House. Again, people have been asking me about that, and it's now all starting to come to life. Wave House, so you can actually go and practice your surfing. It's quite cool actually. I don't think I'm up to it.
Toutes les activités en gros, tu fais ça.
It's the Bondi beach. Big space here, lots of tables, lots of places you can sit to have a drink. One of those cocktails. And you can always also get a little bit of a discount. Again, I could walk all the way down there, but Anita's not with me, so I'm taking a shortcut. I'm going to miss that out. Robinson Crusoe's, of course, down there. Now we're just walking down towards the bottom of the strip, the Magaluf Strip, which is what's been in the news about people being robbed. So just be careful around this particular area. I'm assuming, but I don't know, that it's at night time when people have had a few drinks. It's dark and it's people easily succumb to these things. So just keep your valuables to a minimum, and then you won't lose that. It's very noisy here with the music blaring away and people shouting. Very noisy. And they're even on the phone shouting as well, so I think some of these people don't actually need a phone, they probably shout to home. But still, having a good time, that's what it's about. If you do get into trouble, then just at the bottom of the strip you've got the Guardia Civil, and they'll sort you out. They'll sort the villains out, but this is the bottom of the strip. All very, very quiet at the moment. Because it's only 10 to 6 in the afternoon, and certainly as the evening goes on it'll get busier and busier, but it's not really my sort of place in the evening, so it's not somewhere that Anita and I come to very often. We have had the odd occasion, but very, very rarely. In years gone by we used to come to the Plaza just across the road there, and listen to Kenny playing away and singing. Kenny Campbell, that is. Just up there on the right we've got Leo's, right up there, and again I'm not going that way because Anita's not with me, you see, so I can go wherever I want to now. I'm just going to go and show you the place across the road here, which well, I think we've probably only been to once or twice, but we really enjoyed it, so that's why I'm going to mention it. And it's a place where you can choose what you actually want to eat. The Plaza Emporium food market, so I love this tapas type food, and you can go in there and there's lots of different places where you can choose whatever food you want. Instead of you want a different style of food completely, then they will have it. And there's lots of tables and chairs outside, and you can eat outside. Just seemed like a really cool idea. It's just behind BCM. Lots of these electric things going around. Another Caixa bank. So it gives me an opportunity to actually to walk down here a little way. As you can see shade, so that's what's attracting me. Banks over here. This is the Caixa for Magaluf. They've changed a lot in the last few years, and pre-pandemic actually, and they don't seem to want to see you anymore. They want you to do everything online. They're not interested in cash. I do a lot of work with different charities, and we collect a few cents here and a few cents there, and you might end up with a jar full of coins, and you take it to them. They do not want to count it. In fact, they don't count it, and they won't count it. So if you take a big jar of cash as change, then they actually send it off to a company that counts it for you, and then charges you to count for the counting. And so if you've got 100 euros, then you don't have 100 euros, because they're going to take their cut, and you may end up with 90 euros or 80 euros because they needed to count the money. I thought they had machines that did that. You just poured it into a machine and click, 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 click. We know exactly how much you've got. It's all been bagged up, and I don't understand why that should happen. But anyway, certainly Leona, who I've banked with pretty much since we've been on the island, seem to have that attitude. And I hear other people saying that they charge for everything as well. We don't seem to have that issue, but I do know other people, to everything that you do with the bank, they charge, and they also charge you a monthly fee just for having an account with them. So yeah, if you're coming here afresh, it might be a good idea to shop around to find out which bank is actually giving the best sort of deals. Nice little circular tour there. It's actually quite nice to walk up this little street. There's a lot of shade, keep you out of that heat. So just a bit of football news, because we went to the football match on Sunday night. A lot of people have already sent me some comments about it. We won. We got a 2-1 victory, which was perfect. It means we got the 3 points, and we actually moved out of the relegation zone. It's not on goal difference. If you're used to the UK system where things happen with a goal difference, here it's with head to head. It's how we did with the team that's got the same points as us, and we must be doing better than Cadiz, so we're actually above them now. So we're in 4th and they're in 3rd, but they're on the same points. So it very much is down to the last match, and it's not just Mallorca and Cadiz. Granada are being pulled down into that as well. So depending on the scores of the last match, which is on Sunday, it's an away match for us though, and we're against Osasuna, so it's going to be a really tough one, but one that we desperately need to win. And if they play with the same passion they played at the weekend, then we were playing Rayo Vallecano. If they play with the same passion, then we do stand a chance of actually winning, and therefore staying up. If we don't win, then it all depends what the other teams do. So it's going to be a nail-biting finish to the season, and Anita and I will be joining some friends down at the Mallorca Cafe, and I was told when we booked the table that all the outside ones are booked, so we'll be sitting inside, which actually is probably our preference anyway. If it's really hot in the evening, it will be air conditioned inside. So, just by the inside hotel here, it's got the swimming pool above my head. Nobody in it at the moment. And somebody asked me, is it still leaking? No, it's not. There's no drips coming down today, so it's one on each side, I think. I don't know if it goes across the whole middle, but really high up. And then we've got this little plaza where we've got some more bars and shops and things. Not many of them are open yet. I think they'll probably be opening a little bit later on. And right in front of us there's a fountain area which hasn't been put on yet, but probably be put on later on in the season. You can stand here and get yourself soaked, which the kids will love. So just walking towards Joker's Club, and I'm going to go back towards the car, back towards the BH. So I don't usually cross over, so we usually walk up on this side. I'm going to cross over the road, admiring the topiary, the way it's all been trimmed. Things look pretty good, and they provide a nice bit of shade on the road. Good. All quiet in the streets at the moment, but everywhere's buzzing now, so people are all perhaps back at the hotel getting ready, maybe sleeping it off still from last night. Coffee and a brandy, $1.95. Pint of our best lager, $1.75. Somebody was asking me how much a pint was, and I said $2.50 to €5, depending. Well, there you can get one for $1.75. That's pretty cheap. That's very cheap, actually. Messages coming through on my phone. Just walking past Coco Bongo. The music's playing, and I'm going to turn left here. Benny Hill, cross the road. We're just beyond Sinky's Bar, those people who know it. And just going to walk up here. Again, there's more shade, so it's nice and cool compared with being in the sun. And up at the top you've got Best Soul. They use a nightclub. It's somewhere I've ever been to. Don't know anything about it. There's a restaurant across the road there called Europa Restaurante, and one of their specialities is rabo de toro. It's like the oxtail and tomahawk steak. Ooh. Never eaten there, so I don't know what it's like, but certainly advertising some specialities. Across the road we've got Stage, where Anita went to see Ed Sheeran a few years ago. Security on there, so it doesn't look as though you can just go in and out. Not that I want to go in or out. Just seeking shade again. too successfully. I need to cross over because my car is parked down by the BH Mallorca Hotel, which is over to the right. Just coming right really to the back of Magaluf now, and there's a lot of land here that's not built on. It's all destined to be built on, but not been built on. Cricket club was going to have a bit of a square here, but never happened. So the MCC, the Mallorca Cricket Club, no longer exists, which is really sad because it used to bring in lots of people. Lots of birds tweeting, and so I did actually build some properties at the back of me of Magaluf, and there's a little housing estate here, quite nice houses. I'm not sure how much they are affected by living on the edge, as it were, of Magaluf. In the winter time it's really nice and quiet because all of these hotels, everything around here is closed. But, not sure what it's like in the evenings when the music playing. This particular hotel, this BH Mallorca's got all the water slides, got its own little water park inside by the looks of things. So you can see some signs. There's one here, dirty this street, written in English, penalty €200, you got to fine €200. Across the road there's another one, botellon, that's where you're drinking in the street from bottle. If you're drinking wine, beer, Bacardi, rum, whatever it is you're drinking, €500 fine is for that, and you have to pay it. And I've just noticed in their paper today that anyone who's got a property here and they're renting it out illegally for holiday lets, which is almost all of them because you're not allowed to do it, it's very difficult to get a license, then the fine is up to €40,000. So that's not insignificant, and it's put like that so that people just don't do it or shouldn't do it. And what they're doing is they're trawling the internet and finding any rental properties that are for rent in the Palma area, and if they come across one, they might actually book a holiday. I don't know how they actually do it, but they'll turn up and say, oh, you've got a fine, and a fine of €40,000. Well, most people just couldn't pay that, so they might end up losing the property altogether. So it's a really big risk. Anyway, thanks very much for watching this video. I'm sorry Anita's not with me, and hopefully she'll be back in the next video. Bye for now. See you in the next one.